Fun Friday today with my effects. I'm just kind of going low key with the sparkles. I would actually do a different angle, but it's too dark. Look at this. I would have you guys being able to see all the backyard, like all my cool windows, but then I get really dark. So you're gonna be over here for today. I'm gonna be really comfortable here on my couch, sitting and chatting with you. It's intentional, very intentional, because I want you to get a sense of sitting down with me and having a conversation. I'm talking today about why I'm really excited to be playing in this current energy with Emergence, with the program I'm launching, which is, we're on live number 10, and I've sort of been talking about all the components. And so I'm going to talk about two things: the energy, like why I'm excited about the astrological, what I'm calling the astrological trifecta. And then the other thing I want to address is something that I brought up with my current mentorship group, about the feeling tone of how I create programs, and sort of what was feeling not uneasy, but really, really different. And then I realized after I shared it with them that they're connected. So let's talk about what's really cool about the energy right now. First, we have the nodes flipping signs. They're going into Aries and Libra and have. That means that for the next 18 months, we're going to be in a new total energy than we were in the last 18 months. And this energy hasn't been around since 2005, 2006. So these signs have not been around. And Aries is a sign of action. It's a sign of identity. It's the sign of moving forward. And that's the sign that we're going to be seeing growth in. So you can think of it as your Dharma. And then on the other side, we have Libra, which is about relationships and balance and connections, I think would be what I would pick. And in that area, we're going to see changes. So we're going to see endings of energy that no longer serves us, and birthings of energy that do serve us. And birthings of energy in Aries, to me, is pretty exciting because it's movement, it's growth, it's identity. I also happen to be an Aries rising, so it brings up a lot for me about being pretty excited about what's coming. So I like the energy of movement that this brings, and I love the energy of sort of the energy of creation. So that's one aspect of the trifecta I'm really loving overall. And it's super cool to be doing it at the same time I'm launching this program. I just want to draw your attention to this is also affecting you. This is affecting everybody. So for the next 18 months, there's going to be a lot of energy of growth, of execution, of taking things forward, initiating, making things happen in a particular area of your chart, so of your astrological chart. So that's very cool. The second thing that has me absolutely excited about starting Emergence when we has to do with where Pluto is, and Pluto's going into Aquarius, and we're going to start seeing more planets move into Aquarius. And the energy of Aquarius is, I always think of it as futuristic, but it's about the collective good also. Tech, people always use tech, but for me, Aquarius is a futuristic, progressive, maybe not entirely idealistic, but it's right there on the collective good kind of thing. What are we doing for the collective good, and how do our innovations and inventions and our creativity advance us together? So for me, that is super exciting because it's about creativity, it's about innovation, it's about new things, it's about allowing in new things, believing in new things. So we're seeing a lot of people talk about it in terms of technology. AI is a very Aquarian thing. But so is intuition. So are all of our intuitive skills. So is energy work. So are psychic skills. So are all of these components that are currently, in my opinion, very innovative. In part because we're changing. Everybody's changing so much. And then the third part of the trifecta that I think is super cool is that we've raised the vibration of the planet to such a degree that we're really experiencing new Earth. We're working with cosmic and galactic and photonic energy that is really high vibration and super supportive of all of these things. So if this language isn't something that you work with, just think that the stars that we're receiving energy from, including the sun, are sending in, we're receiving such a high frequency of energy that we can't help but expand and evolve and move into new areas because the energy is new. Okay, so that's a good way to think about it in a more general, accessible way. So if you take all of this and my program, which is about supporting you to grow into the new of who you are, like, this is so amazing. This is exciting. Here's where I made the connection this morning. Here's what's going on. So I want to connect that to this next concept. When I create programs, it's super important for me to have a tone of what they're about. I want to know where we are going together on our journey together, okay? Super, super, super important. And I can usually get a sense of the tone, and then I can translate that tone of energy into meaning. So my last big mentorship was called SOAR, and that was really easy for me to get my hands around. I could literally mentally explain to you where we were going to go. We were going to go from here to here. So the tone of the energy was about soaring. It was saying, you already have the capacity, you have the wings, you can rise above and take the currents, use the currents to take you up higher. And it's kind of an effortless effort. You don't have to be flapping so hard all the time. So you can soar, which doesn't require flapping, and you allow your world, your environment, your soul to carry you up, right? So that was what I had worked with previously, and that was the energy that was calling to be worked with. Now the energy that's calling to be worked with is called emergence. And I have had a more difficult time feeling the tone to give more mental words to explain how we're going to go from here to here. Because there isn't the same place as when you want to soar. Before you're soaring, things feel heavy. You're flapping hard. There's a lot of effort. And so there's a tone of wanting to complete this part of my journey and get to the effortless part of my journey, right? But in emergence, you don't have that. And so from when I want to talk about it and explain it to you and say, okay, we're going to go from this place to this place, it isn't about that. It's not about leaving a place to get to another place. Emergence is about taking yourself into the wholeness of who you are that already exists. So it is about emerging into this new energy that I'm really excited to work with. It's about emerging into that energy and creatively, with inspiration, playing in that energy to create what you want, to be excited about what's coming, to allow the energy itself to bring your dreams and desires into manifestation. So it is about the becoming of you, but you've already become you. So it's really about being the person you've become. And there isn't something broken. There isn't a pain point to leave. It would be more of a feeling tone of the aspect of what's happening right now in your life isn't the way that you want to be living it, but it doesn't carry the pain or the frustration or the heaviness. It might, but if you listen deeply, your soul isn't asking you to heal anything else. Your soul is asking you to practice living as the whole being you are. Does that make sense? And so when you're in an energy that is about creation, which is Aries with the North Node, and it's about future and forward and innovation of Aquarius, there's just so much possibility there. That's what we're going to be working in, and that's what's so exciting. Like, it's super exciting to imagine that all of us are going to bring all of our energy together, and what our energy is doing together is innovating. Like, we are going to create this new aspect, this new life, this new expression of our lives, and we may not entirely know what it looks like. In fact, I think that the journey I've been on in terms of writing about, talking about, sharing about emergence is that exact same thing mirrored at a smaller dimension. So I'm not able to tell you in concrete marketing terms, I'm going to take you from here to here. What I'm going to tell you is you're going to be you and become more of you and be more of you, and your life is going to transform into more of all the things you've always wanted. And that is a very general way to express something without getting into the specificity of your life. It feels that way to me, like it doesn't have the concreteness. But I do know that we're going to be working with innovation. It is going to be about creation. It is about change. By default, that is about leadership. There is an element of leading yourself in your life. There's also an incredible element of power. And that one I have been most uncomfortable talking about because I think, one, women have a harder time talking about it. And two, especially intuitive women, do not often look forward to being more powerful. It's not a thing that they would put at the top of their list as something to aim for. However, we are exceptionally powerful, and our inability to recognize it and work with it and feel comfortable wearing it is a place that we have to grow through. And I think that that's really going to be called for over the next years. So, happy Friday. That was what I wanted to share with you all. I would really love to invite you to join me in Emergence. It has been fascinating work, inner work, and work that's unique to me as a person who normally does marketing very comfortably, to do this in a really different way. So, join me. I'm going to put a link in the captions below, and the way it works is you apply. There is a page to go to for my bio, but if you apply, we'll schedule a time to talk and see if we're fit. Because if this is not correct for you, then I want to help you find what is. And if it is correct for you, I'm really excited to have you join me. All right, have a fabulous weekend, and we'll see you next week. I'm not going to do lives on Saturday and Sunday. I'll see you on Monday. Bye.